Hello, I'm Eric Copley.
And I'm Ava Dominichelli. The Oakleaf Online starts now.
You're watching the Oakleaf Online, your source for SRJC News. Today is Wednesday, March 30th, 2022.
On February 25th, President Joe Biden nominated Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson to be the newest justice on the United States Supreme Court. The Senate has conducted hearings over the past week to question Jackson on her judicial philosophy and record. If she wins the Senate vote in the coming weeks, Jackson will be replacing the retiring Justice Stephen Breyer. Judge Jackson will mark history as the first African-American woman to serve in the Supreme Court.
On March 21st, it was announced by the State Water Resources Control Board that there will be water shortages due to the past January and February being the driest ever on record in California. There will be mandatory cuts for 20,000 farmers and cities that usually rely on the water. The California government has only issued a 15% voluntary recall for water conservation of its urban users. But if conditions continue to worsen as they have, conservation may become mandatory. We recommend that you try to save as much water as possible. Shorter showers, fewer laundry loads, anything to help conserve this precious resource.
Russian River Brewers' famous Pliny the Younger beer started its limited 2-week release this past Friday. Some extremely loyal customers have waited as long as 24 hours to be the first to drink the famed brew. Bar managers are warning customers that there could be up to a 6-hour wait in line to get some of the beer, especially over the weekend. This event was canceled last year because of the pandemic, but it's safe to say that up until April 7th, people will be going nuts for a pint of Pliny.
The Film Fest Petaluma is back to having an in-person festival at the Mystic Theater in historic Petaluma. The festival this year will be all day on Saturday, April 30th, and will have 4 distinct programs beginning at noon. Each film program will feature the best of the short films from around the world and will host many of the filmmakers in person to discuss their works. Oakleaf Joshua Barnes and Jeanine Flatten take a look at the festival back in 2014.
This is Joshua Barnes for J55. I'm here at the Petaluma Shorts Festival at the Mystic Theater in downtown Petaluma.
I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm excited to see all of it.
What kind of festival?
The film festival that we're going right now.
My name is Miles Levine. I am 19. My film 10 Grams was in the Film Fest Petaluma this year, and it's been a fantastic experience. I mean, what an awesome opportunity for a student filmmaker like me to take advantage of, and just to have that opportunity to talk with those people and hear about their stories. Invaluable, absolutely invaluable.
What's your name?
Michael Cusack. I'm
Michael
actually one of
Cusack?
the directors, so
Oh, all right.
my film's screening tonight.
Okay.
This is the first time I've actually seen it with an American audience, so must say the Americans have really taken to it, so I'm very, very pleased. Well, you wouldn't know watching it that there's over 14,000 moves gone into the animation, so the puppet had to be moved at least 14,000 times in order to get the film, so.
By hand?
By hand.
you every time?
Yeah, exactly.
All
No,
right.
no computers involved.
Super.
My name is Silent Schaefer. I directed a film called Iliosith. The English title is The Light, and it is a dance film using kind of landscapes, contemporary dance to tell a story with music along by Sigaros. The choreographer was my dance teacher, and I came up to her and was like, hey, I want to do this dance film, do you want to choreograph it? She's like, sure, that sounds cool. She's like, okay, I got it. She wasn't writing anything down, and in my head I thought choreographers kind of actually choreograph it, and then they go in and teach the dancers. And we only had a month to shoot this project, and we only had 3 rehearsals with the dancers. We come in the first rehearsal, and she starts walking around like, okay, so I think I'm gonna have you start like this. My heart sunk because I was like it's not choreographed. I didn't realize that that's an actual process that happens in the studio and how choreographers work with the dancers, and they just take their body and they shape them and they just try different things and they work together to try to tell a story. And it was a really amazing thing to just watch. I kind of had to just sit back and watch it unfold.
This has been Joshua Barnes reporting for J55.
In world news, President Biden made a comment at a visit to Poland last week that has created some controversy.
President Biden made a diplomatic trip to Poland last week in an attempt to strengthen continuing relations with the country. Poland is a frontline country bordering Ukraine and Belarus and currently stations 3,000 U.S. personnel and a variety of aircraft. During the speech, however, Biden made a remark about President Putin, stating, "For God's sake, this man cannot remain in power." This was just days after referring to Putin as a war criminal. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov stated, "This is a statement that, of course, causes concern. We will continue to closely monitor the statements of the U.S. president." We'll be right back.
Did you drive?
Yeah, I drove.
Sick. So you can give us all rides then.
The Sonoma County Student Film Festival starts at 7.
Hey, is that in Petaluma?
Yeah.
Is that where they have the cinema series too?
Yeah, Ellis Auditorium every Wednesday night.
Yeah, they just got this sick new 4K DC projector. It is a great place to see a movie.
Dude, my sister just got a film in the film festival.
Oh yeah, how?
It's open to any student in Sonoma County, not just SRJC.
Huh. I heard there's no fee to apply.
I can submit my Media 20 project next year.
You're an accounting major.
It's still being a media class.
You're not gonna take Media 20. Wait, what's this?
My motorcycle.
I can see that, genius. How do you expect all of us to ride on it?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
The 14th Annual Sonoma County Student Film Festival is taking place this Friday, April 1st at 6:45 p.m. The festival consists of various short films made by students from throughout Sonoma County. The event allows local filmmakers to create academic and professional connections with other fellow student artists and the community. The festival will be held over Zoom, and anybody can access the Zoom link on the Student Life webpage on your screen. Back to you.
Speaking of film festivals, this year's Academy Awards ceremony turned out to be a memorable night for both positive and negative reasons. With more on that story is Eric Copley.
The 94th Annual Academy Awards were held Sunday night at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood. Dune had a big night, winning 6 awards for film editing, cinematography, production design, sound original score, and visual effects. Jane Campion won Best Director for her film The Power of the Dog. The indie underdog favorite, Coda, took Best Picture against fierce competition as well, making the history on 2 fronts. Coda winning Best Picture means that Apple TV became the first streaming service to win Best Picture at the Oscars. Star of Coda, Troy Kotsur, became the first deaf man to win an acting Oscar when he took home Best Supporting Actor. Jessica Chastain won Best Actress for her role as Tammy Faye Baker in The Eyes of Tammy, and Will Smith won Best Actor for his role as the fierce protective father and tennis coach of the Williams sisters. Minutes before Smith won the award, he walked on stage and physically struck Chris Rock for making a joke about his wife's hair loss. Let's take a look at the clip.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? that was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. Wow, dude. Yes. It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
Despite the incident, Smith got a standing ovation for his acceptance speech. The Academy said in a statement on Monday, "The Academy condemns the actions of Mr. Smith at last night's show. We have officially started a formal review around the incident and will explore further actions and consequences in accordance with our bylaws, standards of conduct, and California laws." Back to you.
In SRJC sports news, the Bear Cubs baseball team defeated the American River College in a real nail-biter. The two teams were tied 1-1 at the bottom of the 8th until the Bear Cubs loaded the bases and scored 2 runs with a double. An additional run was scored before the other team retired. The Bear Cubs won 4-1. The Bear Cubs women's track team had a strong showing at the Northern California Championship Preview, which was held at Chabot College in Hayward. They finished third out of 16 teams and finished second at the 4x1 100-meter relay race. The Bear Cubs will host their first home meet on the new track fields facility on Monday, April 4th. The event will start with women's pole vault and women's javelin at 11 a.m. The SRJC women's swimming team performed well at the statewide Cuesta College Invitational. They finished second out of 18 teams. The swimmers won 4 out of the 5 relays. The team also won in the 100 back, 200 free, and 100 free at the Big 8 Invite.
That concludes this episode of the Oak Leaf Online. Thanks for watching.
See you next time.
This has been a production of the Spring 2022 Media 19 Studio Production class.